Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arel and I hope you are doing well. Today I'm going to do a review of my planning system for the month of July. It is July 23rd, so I still have 7 days left of the month, but honestly nothing will ever change in those next 7 days. So I'm just going to do my monthly review now. I mean, it has been a while since I've done a review. I didn't do one for both May and June, but this is pretty much how it has been really since the beginning of the year with the general system that I have when it comes to my planner. I'm just going to share some changes that I did, some new inserts that I've used this month, and what I'm going to do moving forward for the month of August as far as my planner. So first things first, this is my Plotter Mini 6. It is a pocket-sized planner from the brand Plotter. This cover, I was in a Me Plus the past 3 months, so April, May, and June. I had that green cover. If you guys are interested in that video of me talking about the planner cover itself, I will link it in the cards right now. But this is a new cover for me for this month, and as you can see, she's already getting pretty well loved. This is the Plotter Mini 6 in the Licio brown leather. I'm not sure if I am pronouncing that right, but here she is. I got her in Japan last year when I went to buy all of the planners that I will be using. So I had my black one and then now I'm using my brown one. And I've had her done during the LA Pen Show this past February, where you can have these rose gold hardware installed on the corners. So it's been pretty fun. I love the way it looks, and I was finally ready to use her. So I'm going to be using her for this next quarter, July, August, and September. And yeah, as far as the cover itself, I am glad to be back in the Plotter cover. And it's just been really great in this little thing. I mean, I pack a lot of it in there with the 11mm rings that it provides, but it's been working really good. So let's flip through her right now. So opening her up, I still have my zipper pocket on both sides right here that you place kind of within the rings. And I don't have anything in this pocket. I just have like this clear one right here, and I have a journaling card. I have this other journaling card from a vintage store that I went to, and I just added some stickers. I thought it was really cute. I have my pen holder. I used to do themes as far as month to month goes, but I think this time I'm just going to do like a quarterly theme. So every time I switch my cover, I'll switch the deco that I have on the inside, because I really don't want to like print as much, and also I just don't want to. I'm pretty satisfied with looking at the same stuff for 3 months at a time right now, so it's very minimal. But the theme, honestly, for this quarter is kind of just stuff that makes my heart happy and also gives me a lot of hope. So this first dashboard that I made is from Lord of the Rings, and if you have seen the movie or had read the books, in the movie The Two Towers, so that's the second one, Samwise Gamgee, Frodo's partner in crime, his friend who he was traveling with to destroy the One Ring, made this big ass speech about fighting for good and, you know, not giving up and all that stuff. And that speech has been really resonating with me lately. I live in the US and times are pretty tough. I am not gonna lie. There are so many horrible things going on right now with the government and everybody who is on that side. It's just all about hate, and it's been really depressing. So I always kind of just go back to that speech, how, you know, like at the end of the day, evil is not going to prevail. The good things will prevail, and that we just have to keep fighting in any way, shape, or form that we can do as individuals. So that is pretty much this. So that last part of the speech, Frodo asks, like, what are we holding on to? And then Sam says, that there is some good in this world and it's worth fighting for. So I wanted that to be the front kind of cover in my planner because it's just a really, really good reminder, especially in these hard times. So I printed that, and then I've had these digital papers for a while. This is from UNI Graphics, if you guys remember, and I just wanted that to be printed on the back instead of something blank. This is a vellum dash that I made with some stickers. This one I've had for a while in this planner. It's just this quote that I found online, and I made a dashboard with it on Canva. Same year at a glance. I still have my sticky notes here, and they have been proven pretty useful. As tiny as they are, they actually have some use. So some system changes. So the big one is that I started using this monthly spread from Peanuts Planner Co. I have to make sure which number it is. I will definitely link it down below as far as to insert, but yes, this is from Peanuts Planner Co. and this has been probably the most functional monthly spread that I've ever used in a while. So I utilize the fold out columns, this column for my symptoms, and then I still have my tracking key right here, and then the hours of sleep that I get. And then this is just like a mini calendar of what is going on. I have some highlighted colors to depict which is an event, an appointment, or my work days. And then on this part, I just kind of write down the things that I want to do for the month, and then the important dates, what these icons correspond to. And then this part I will be using to kind of write down some stuff that I want to do for next month, and then just move it to the next insert. And then I did get rid of my habit tracker, my single page habit tracker. I'll post a photo right here just so you guys can see. And I just included it on here. So I wanted it in one whole setup, one whole page, to have everything that I kind of keep track of on a month-to-month basis. And so far it's like working really well, and I really love how it turned out. It's been pretty useful. I actually, whenever I open my planner, I gravitate to opening this first and marking my habits and what's going on, and then marking my sleep and symptoms and all of that. So it worked out really well. I do adore the color scheme of the purple and the green, and I think I'm gonna do like stuff like this from now on, the highlighters that I have. So yeah, it turned out really cute. So that is for my monthly. I do have these index clips still, and the bottom ones are the month, the week, and my future log. And then this is my list section on top. And then I have my pencil board from Plotter itself to mark my daily pages. But as far as the monthly, there it is. So I used to have multiple of these folders from Plotter. They're the project folders, I think that's what they're officially called. And I had lists, brain dump, and then other notes that I had. So here I just have lists pretty much. And I'll explain in a little bit like where my brain dump section went. So I just wanted to have a generalized like running list of whatever things that I want to do / remember. And these are still from Plotter. And then I have these list pages from Peanuts Planner Co. as well. And it's just to mark some projects, some vintage ephemera. So if I'm ever in a vintage store, I will probably kind of take a look at what can be used as ephemera. So I'm writing those down. Video ideas, and then some journal page ideas, wish lists, a bucket list. These checklists are from Simple and Trendy Co. And then more Plotter pages right here, and then just more random lists right there. So that's pretty much my list section, and I like it a lot. I think it's pretty good to have just a simple like tracking system for the things that I want to check out in whatever kind of topic, and then I just do the detailed planning either on my Notion pages or on my brain dump notebook. So that is that. I have more sticky notes right here. This is from EO Edits. I've had this for a long time. Please guys, shop your stash. Even if we've used it before, and if you use it in a different way, it looks brand new. This is a digital paper, more digital paper, and then my weeklies. So I went back to my customs from Simple and Trendy Co. So they're the week on one page, just has a running to-dos right here, all my events, and then like a little calendar right there. And I still like having a weekly spread because I just pretty much dump all the things that I need to do for the week, and then I move them to the particular day for my dailies. So they've been pretty good. And this is a photo of myself, and I just put "Don't let the hard days win." It's one of my favorite Sarah J. Maas quotes. Edited that on Canva. Another digital paper, and then we get to the bulk of the dailies. So my dailies, I am using another Peanuts Planner Co. fold out, and it has been the best probably daily that I have ever used. I love the fact that you can kind of separate the information that you want to in these particular sections. So just to give you kind of like an overview, this section right here, what I write in brown, so I write my sleep and wake time. I write down what happened during the day. So this is kind of like my log. Here I log in my expenses, and then I do move it to my Notion page right after. I have my to-dos, and then I have my gratitude. So I still do 3 things that I'm thankful for each day. I'm a little behind on writing it on my actual gratitude book, but here I just write it down and then I'll eventually transfer it to the book. So let me just flip through several of these pages. But as far as their use, they've been pretty consistent, and I just love the fold out aspect of it because it allows me so much more space to write a bunch of stuff. And I still use brown for logging, blue for the expenses, and then blank for the to-dos. And so I still haven't updated this as today, but I have the whole month of July here. It has been a little harder to turn pages because I am working with very tiny rings, but I make it work. So that is why I did get rid of some sections like the folders and stuff, because it's also a space issue. Picture of me and my boyfriend with the little boo-boo and doo-doo right here. And then another picture that I took myself. This was during our trip to Scotland. Wanted that as a dashboard. And then I put my future log in the back. I usually have it at the front, but for some reason it just made more sense to me to put it in the back because I rarely use this page. It's to just like write down some dates and stuff. So it's still pretty much the same. I have my colored page flags to make sure which is a maybe and which is a plan. So I just have those kind of marked down there. And then I have this closure pencil board thingy right here. And then the pocket in the back has like my stickers. And then right here is my brain dump notebook. So this is the Hobonichi little mini notebooks that they have. It comes in a pack of 3. And I just stick it here like on the back. And this is pretty much my brain dump notebook. So I have evaluated my system and I just cannot do brain dump in this planner itself, like the pages, because it was a little too small for me. So I just have this notebook right here. And I want to say this is A6 size. I could be wrong, but I think it is A6 size. And I moved the brain dump pages that I had in the planner to this notebook. So that right there. And I just decorated this first page. I love the way that looks. And I have my key. So this is like a commonplace / brain dump notebook. And I just use different color to just kind of skip through which topic it is. And that's what I have so far. And it's been pretty good. I kind of do look back on this to just check on random things that I've written down. I do have a upcoming trip in November, so I'm kind of planning that out on here, just writing some random notes and all of that. But I do love this space, and I just like how it's super thin that I can just really put it in here and close her up, and then it doesn't feel like super heavy, and I can just bring her with me pretty much everywhere. So yeah, that is pretty much my little flip through of my planning system. I realized that it's nothing really big. I did use different inserts this time, but as far as the system itself on how I try to write things down, it's pretty much the same. That hasn't changed. No matter what book, no matter what paper, no matter what size, that's how I've always like planned my stuff. It's pretty boring, but also it works out for me. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And how is your planning system going for you? And I hope it's going well. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.